Lobbying is probably the most important but also possibly the most confusing part of the conference. To the untrained eye, it seems nothing is happening, just a lot of people gathered in apparently random groups around notebooks, talking together. It seems unclear where the centre of attention lies. For a delegate, the key to successful lobbying is to be proactive, which means taking active steps to represent and discuss your proposals. So, locate the group that is focusing on the issues that you have prepared best. Join the group and tell and sell your ideas written in your draft resolution. Bear in mind that there are more delegates with good ideas. The aim is to negotiate in order to reach consensus. You may find other delegates with a similar resolution and decide to merge the two, making the resolution stronger and more likely to succeed in formal debate. Lobbying is the time for delegates to air their views. At this stage, it is important to find allies to support the draft resolution. Some delegates might abandon their own resolutions in favour of another, better one. It is all a matter of preparation and presentation. After the lobbying and the writing of the draft resolutions, the delegate must go to the approval panel. It is the last stage of the resolution process before the official debates. The approval panel consists of a group of MUN directors whose job it is to ensure that the format of the resolutions is adjusted according to the model set by the UN, and that the spelling, punctuation and grammar are correct and appropriate. In doing this, the approval panel guarantees that the quality of resolutions debated remains high. The MUN directors work alongside the delegates to verify that they understand why changes are necessary and to allow the delegates' input in improving the resolution. At THIMUN, the approval of resolutions is run electronically. This means that 200 or more resolutions can be approved during a 5-day conference. Roll call.
Philippines. Poland.
Roll call is the moment where the chair announces each country's name. After this, the delegate is supposed to answer present.
Rwanda.
Present.
Zambia.
It also allows delegates and chairs to settle in. Presentation of the rules of procedure. In order to ensure proper and serious debate, it is very important to outline the rules and regulations governing the debate, and to stress from the outset why they need to be strictly maintained. Parliamentary behaviour. Obviously, delegates do not only bear out the formality of the occasion in their attire, more importantly, in the debate, they strive to behave in a parliamentary fashion, polite and deferential. In practice, parliamentary behaviour is demonstrated in the use of the third-person address of other delegates and in refraining from insulting remarks about any of the delegates. Raising points, motions. Delegates are free to raise points to the chair or the speaker who has the floor. The most common request is to ask a point of information, a question on the resolution or an amendment. Delegates use points of information to clarify something the speaker has said. A point of order is when the delegate thinks there was a mistake in the order of the debate or wants an explanation on a procedural rule. A point of personal privilege refers to the delegate's comfort and well-being, such as the lack of audibility or the temperature of the room. A point of parliamentary inquiry addressed to the chair concerns the rules of procedure. Delegates can also raise motions to the chair if they wish the committee as a whole to do something, such as extend debate time, vote on a resolution or an amendment, or reconsider a resolution. Role of note passing. Note passing is primarily intended to gather support for a certain point of view during a debate. It should be the logical conclusion of lobbying. Without interrupting the flow of debate, delegates who work together on a resolution can thus communicate about ways in which they can support each other in the course of debate. There are several equally exciting ways to take part in THIMUN conferences. It is, however, a question of skills and interests. Let's start where most students begin their MUN careers. Administrative staff. THIMUN offers the administrative staff a large range of activities. For example, an admin gets to understand the mechanics of committee work by assisting the chair in carrying out the voting procedure, or being responsible for proper procedures on the committee floor, and for the passing of official notes. He may also be involved with resolution processing in the computer room or the secretariat. Delegate. A delegate represents a country, a non-governmental organization, or an intergovernmental organization. He learns a great deal about his delegation and the issues on the agenda in his forum. He has an opportunity to embrace an alternative way of thinking. At a THIMUN conference there are numerous forums present where any delegate can find his place according to his own interests and skills. He has the choice between the 6 committees of the General Assembly, the Security Council, the Economic and Social Council, the specific commissions Disarmament, Environment and Human Rights, or the special conference related to the theme of the conference. Judge or advocate at the International Court of Justice. The International Court of Justice is one of the most intellectually challenging forums at THIMUN conferences. A student can either be a judge or an advocate. During the session, the advocates present evidence to the judges. They question witnesses during direct and cross-examinations. Both must be keen on thorough research and incisive debate on legal aspects of international relations. Advisor on the advisory panel. The advisory panel focuses its interest on one particular geographical area. This forum offers the possibility for a student to represent a country, an organization, even a political party. In a fairly small committee, the advisors write a joint resolution covering diplomatic, social, economic and environmental issues. MUNITY Press member. Every day of the THIMUN week, the press team publishes the MUNITY newspaper. The member of the MUNITY Press is the eyes and ears of the conference. He can be a photographer, a journalist, or responsible for the layout. He has the opportunity to reveal how stimulating it is to take part in a THIMUN conference. Student officer. A student officer is in charge of a forum. It means he has to write research reports, guide the delegates during the lobbying, select the resolutions on his committee's agenda, and very importantly, gently lead the debates. Ideally, a student should apply for this position only after having taken part in a fair number of conferences. Executive Student Officer. An Executive Student Officer is in charge of a larger part of the conference. Executive Student Officers are the Secretary General, the Deputy Secretary General, the Executive Administrative Officer, the President of the General Assembly, the Presidents of the different forums. They are involved in the preparation, monitoring and evaluation during and after the conference.